Declutter your mind, develop into you. Trust in His word, that's the best you can do. Learn every day, hear what I say. Hi ladies, today's video is 3 verses for interpersonal skills. According to the Oxford Languages, interpersonal skills are the ability to communicate or interact well with other people. So when you hear someone talking about they have good interpersonal skills, they're a good team worker, you know, they generally know how to get along with people. Now, in this video, we're going to look at being reliable, being triggered, and being a gossip. So Luke chapter 6 verse 31 says, "And as ye would that men should do to you, do ye also to them likewise." So the topic that I thought of under this verse was being reliable. Are you reliable? Are you a person of your word? Are you dependable? Think about how you feel when people constantly let you down, and recognize that you can be a source of frustration when you are not reliable. I remembered as I was doing this video, a stereotype that is out there about German people. It's a good stereotype, and this is that German people are known for being on time. And if you're a few minutes late, they're like, okay, this is rude. You know, they're just known for being on time. I'm like, that's a pretty good stereotype. Whereas, you know, my kinfolk, my skinfolk and I, we kind of known for not being on time. Hence the reason why we'll say, oh, let's start this event 2 hours, you know, let's tell them it's at 12 o'clock, but really the event is at 2 o'clock. Now, that doesn't mean, I'll make sure I clarify, not every single black person is late, but we're kind of known for that. And for me personally, I'm not the best with time, and I really want to be the best with time. I think it's better, it's a nice thing to be known for. If Charlotte says she's going to show up at 2, she's going to show up at 2. Or if I say I'm going to be somewhere, they know, okay, Charlotte's going to be somewhere. I definitely would like to be more of a reliable person, because for me, when I think of Jesus, I don't think that he would have been showing up all... Oh, sorry guys, okay. Oh, I tell you, there was traffic with the donkeys. All right, so Luke chapter 1 today. I can't see Jesus being all flustered, not knowing, oh man, you can't depend on Jesus. Oh, if he does a carpentry job for you, it's going to be a shoddy job. Like, I believe that he would have been reliable. What he says he will do, he would have done it well, and he does it well. So let's work on being reliable. All right, James chapter 1 verse 19. "Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath." Are you triggered easily? Do you react or respond to information? We need to be mindful of how we allow our emotions to be manipulated by media. And in brackets there, I put social media. Now, for me, especially in the year 2020, I realized it brought up a lot of emotions for a lot of people, you know, like regarding what happened with George Floyd, and it was a time of good conversations as well, because I think a lot of people got to actually address microaggressions and things where, you know, for a lot of people, they don't see racism unless someone's hanging from a tree. And there are so many other things that people say and do that would fall under the category of racism. So I think it was a good time for people to have honest conversations and to be confronted with prejudices that they may have. Not just white people, but black people, all of us. I know a lot of people would disagree with me, but I believe that black people can be racist too. Yeah, I've heard people, you know, like, even conversations that we may have had, you look back and you think, you know what, that was quite ignorant, that was quite prejudiced still, you know, or maybe it was a bit racist. But, you know, I believe everyone has the ability to be downright racist and say mean and disgusting things and treat people unfairly because of how they look, their skin. But anyway, I say all of that to say, in terms of social media, when I see things come up now, like, instead of just, oh, sometimes I think, oh, let me look into this situation a bit more. Let me do some research here. Let me do some research there, you know, before I get het up and feel like I need to post. And, you know, all of this, I don't want to be in a place of reacting when I'm triggered or whatever. I want to respond, because when you respond, you have more time to think clearly about what you want to say and how you're going to go about situations that you're confronted with. You can do it in a much more controlled and logical manner. That's why it's more important to respond than react. Now, Ephesians chapter 4 verse 29, let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to the use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto the hearers. Are you a gossip? If you struggle with gossip, pray about it. Pray for people more than talk negatively about them. We all enjoy gossip until we find out that someone was gossiping about us. When you are around your peers, steer the conversations towards topics that are uplifting, inspirational, and educational. Now, for me, I would be lying from here to San Francisco if I said I've never participated in gossip and I don't like a little bit of gossip. That's the whole point of watching celebrity chat. I gossip. It's gossip, innit? So, you know, for me, I've had to be confronted with that and think, you know what, yeah, Charla, just focus a bit more on, like, when you get together with your friends and that, as I said here, talk about things that are going to be the building blocks for you and your group to be better, to do better. How can I be a better wife? Let's talk about that. How can I be a better mum? How can we raise these children better? You know, how can we do business? Let's talk about art. Let's talk about creativity. Let's talk about God. There are so many different topics that you can talk about. When we're reduced to just kind of slagging off people with our tongue, it's such a fruitless conversation. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, a friend to a friend can't have a vent or whatever, but sometimes honestly it's just best to go to God with it, because I've seen where sometimes, like, I've said something to someone about someone who may offend me, then that person's in their feelings, and it's like they don't even have a reason to be feeling a certain way towards a person, but now they feel because I said, you know what I mean, or vice versa with someone sharing something with me. So I'm not saying that people won't come up in conversation, but let's try to not live there, you know what I mean, and drag people down. Let's think, okay, well, I can state facts and I can say what I've seen, but if this feels just a bit gossipy or we're starting to slag off someone, maybe we can just turn it around and come out of this space, you know, because we don't like when it's done to us. Oh boy, we're so righteous then. Oh, I can't believe people were talking about me. You know what I mean? So anyway, all of these things are building blocks for good relationships because they build trust. Reliability builds trust. When people see that you respond, that you act accordingly, that you have self-control, that builds trust. And when people see that you're not gossiping and saying every single bit of business that you hear around town, that builds trust as well. People can trust that you will show up. They will trust that you will stick to your word and trust you to not share secrets. Okay then, ladies, I'm sure that was a blessing. I was about to say I hope, but I'm trying to say I hope at the end of the videos because I'm planning on delivering value. So I pray that the value was delivered. All right then, goodbye, ladies.